That seems fun. Especially when everything's muted.
Which book? The one I'm just gonna describe to you right now. If that makes sense, graphically. Hello Internet, my name's Jake, and today we're going to be discussing a book that I have been writing for 3 years in the secret. And no, it's not a YouTuber kind of thing. It's a book that is science fiction. It's like real hardcore science fiction. So, what's the book gonna be called? Well, if those of you that were here in the olden days of my YouTube channel and actually saw what is called the first draw, I made a type of situation where it was a, quite literally, poster of what would be the movie thing. It was a thing that I had in mind of, well, what the book would look like if it had a poster. And I kind of just imagined that, and one thing got to another, and I made a poster. But, this book is going to be very interesting. I'm not going to tell you the characters, though, but there are 8 protagonists, kind of, well, 2 protagonists, and 6 side protagonists, and more protagonists, and a lot of antagonists. And from that, stories will spring, trust me. So, what's this story about? Well, it's about a boy, 14 years of age, that discovers that he is from another world, but he's stuck on Earth. How does that work, you might be wondering? Well, see, his parents brought him to his current home, which is Earth. I gotta drink water. Anyway, and he goes on this set of interesting adventures, discovering who he truly is, by not just his parents telling him, but also what he will discover. And I'm not going to tell you the main protagonist's name, although it's pretty obvious from the book title, Jake's Chronicles. And it'll be interesting, trust me. I have been working on it for a while, and it'll be good. But I'm not publishing it now. I mean, I'm still working on it as we speak. But, you know, it'll be ready. It'll be okay. It'll be alright. Okay. Alright, okay. In addition to that, I've been working on a screenplay for a movie that I hope someone buys. It's going to be called A Strange Encounter. I'm not going to tell you what that one's about, because if I tell you the spoiler of what the movie is going to be about, then you'll just won't have a necessity to go. And another, like 5 screenwritten papers on one series idea. It's interesting enough. And yeah, and I know you guys are gonna start all up like, Jake, you said this year was gonna be more productive because it was gonna be 2016. Well, have you seen all the shit that's been happening in 2016? I mean, first things first, Trump and Hillary won the primaries, basically, and now they're running candidates against each other. Trump wants to build a wall. The other thing that happened, all the hacking and all the, you know what, sadoodles happened. I'm drinking water because it's so hot in here. And all the things that happened in this year, including all the bombardments, all the shootings. Simply put, it's not been such a great year. We're basically all huddled in a corner, crying. That sounds ridiculous, I know. But it's how we are right now. I'm keeping that. Anyway, all these things are happening, and it's been kinda hard for me to establish a time for it to be a nice year. With all the bad things that have been happening, and yes, I'm saying the presidential elections for this year are something bad. it's kind of hard to take control of where we're going. And since we don't know where we're headed, we're going to need to find a GPS on our lives. And I just made up those two references. But returning back to the book and the other things, it's going to be a science fiction novel kind of series, but it's not really going to be all about books. From there, I plan on writing separate stories that will count as episodes if the series is popular enough. Oh god. If the series is popular enough to pertain to not just a book, but maybe a movie, which that would be amazing. That would just if that makes sense. But in all seriousness, guys, I want this story to become something greater than just something, because you see the world how it is right now, and it's not right. Especially with the whole "don't hug me, I'm scared" scenario, where the two creators, simply put, gave the world a better perspective of how TV has become controlling of what it produces and shows. Especially in episode 3, religion and whatnot. And I plan with this whole series, not just movies, but books, comics, audio panels, a whole fandom like Dragon Ball. I'm not trying to say I'm going to take Dragon Ball shoes, nor Harry Potter shoes, nor Dragon Ball shoes, or Star Wars shoes, much less. But I will try to stack up to those categories and give the world something new, something interesting, and something that I will literally say right here, right now, and I will quote back to the after party of launching the book and movie and whatnot. Making something that is stereotypically unstereotypical, and from what I've seen in people,
hours.
Thank you, and from what I've seen in people, those kinds of things are enjoyable. Like, I'm literally going to quote that again. I'm going to make something that is stereotypically unstereotypical, because I've seen in people that enjoy this. And it's not like just going to be simple enjoyment, like watch it once, you like it. No. It's going to be like something that you want to see again and again, and it's going to be like, if you're a kid, a pinnacle of your childhood, and if you're an adult, something that impresses you. Because in our current world, science fiction is just taken for granted as something that's not really well structured, and just something for fun and kicks. When in reality, it's something greater. I mean, Star Wars made it big, and even though it's a story that is just it's an acceptance story where everything just happens, I want it to be like Star Wars and like Star Trek. I know Trekkies and Star Warsian fans, I don't even know what you call Star Wars fans. Star Warsians. Let's just call them Star Warsians. Hashtag Star Warsians. I know Trekkies and Star Warsians are going to be mad at me for saying that I want it to be like both fandoms. But hear me out. It's going to be a story where things are morally accepted, but at the same time they're explained. Like, the lightsaber. Why do people fight with just lightsabers when you just use laser guns? Or laser pistols? Or laser muskets? That sounds cool, laser muskets. You should get a laser musket. It sounds cool. I'm talking to you, audience. Anyway, it just happens. And why don't we take the overall factor that ancient times used to fight with those cool guns and make it modern? That's like the kind of questions people ask. But then in the lore it is explained, and that's what I want to target. I want to make it awesome, but like sneaky hints that it is explained. Like, if you're in a fighting scene and like your weapon loads out and someone asks, what happened? Well, the certain carburetor piece, that kind of just damaged, and I need to repair it quick, but in a more serious tone. Like, oh my god, my carburetor wheel just dismantled, I need a new recarburetor so I can recalibrate it back. That sounds scientific and more gun-like. Doesn't it? Doesn't that sound like something people would say in war? I hope you see what I mean. Now I'm going to quote it once more. I am gonna construct something that is stereotypically unstereotypical, because I've seen it that people like this kind of thing. I'm just gonna look back at this video and I'm gonna be like, I said that and I did something completely different. But don't worry, I'm gonna stick to this word, and I'm gonna make a book that is gonna literally be science fiction based. It's gonna be, rather than just epic, it's gonna be impacting. And it'll just work. I don't think I can explain anymore in words. It'll just work. Plus, it'll have awesome sci-fi weapons that are taken it back in the modern world. So, yeah. And it'll be not as structural in sentences as you'd expect. It'll be like Adventure Time structural sentences. Like, someone says something and then someone makes a joke out of it. Or like that one scene where Finn was in the water and that one night mage thing, whatever, kind of attacks him, and then he's like, don't you think I can't fight because I can fight naked? And that just sounds weird. Oh, and also, since we're talking in the basis of the book, the whole story half planned out, I'm going to try to make a game that is going to be part of that story. That's going to be for console, it's going to be for PC, it's going to be for Mac, iOS, if possible. It's going to be for all those platforms. But it's not going to be all compatible with each console, because each console is going to have its benefit. Computer is going to have its own graphical benefit. And it's going to be like subdivided into many classes and subclasses and categories and warrior types and weapons. Simply put, it's going to be awesome. And it won't be FNAF lore loss, kind of. Because FNAF kind of just lost it. And it won't be like Star Wars linear universe and then the comic book universe. It'll all be structured. It'll be well structured and everything will be fine. It'll be fit. You'll be able to look back into the history and everything will be canon because it just works. Now this is another part that's going to be coded. It's all going to be canon and it's all going to work. Trust me, it will. And it'll just work because it'll just work. And the science of it, this is that. Well, anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. And if you're from the future and if you already read the book and there's a movie and everything coming out, hit a like and say first, if you're first to comment on this video, first. And if you watch the movie, first to watch the movie. Oh my god, imagine what it would be like first person to watch the movie. How is there one first person to watch a movie? Oh wait, the maker of the movie, of course. The makers of the movie are like the first. But between them, who's the first? The editor. Oh, the editing team. But who's from the editing team? The main editor must be the guy that gets to watch everything first. I'm sidetracking. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be definitely sure to give it a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're from the future, be definitely sure to hit that like button if you like the movie and the book. Hopefully. Comment on what's your favorite part, but not by spoiling it. Or like your favorite part of the book. There's going to be 7 chapters, 7 whole chapters, and the story won't stop there. It'll keep extending onwards and outwards. And it'll be like the Star Wars universe, but better in the sense that it's more modernized and more close to heart. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye. That is the longest I've gone with a video. Like that's the longest I've gone watching a video. I mean, not watching, making a video. Man. I like ran out of water all through that video. But yeah, I'm in a challenge. That's why I've been drinking water so much, because I'm in the no juice challenge, or no soda challenge. Yeah.